Hello. Today we're going to answer the main question in the PBA. The main question is why some teachers don't have application for teaching and what can we do about it? So let's begin. We are going to answer the main question through our own questions.
Does methodology influence the teacher's vocation? From a personal perspective, it can be inferred that vocation has nothing to do with the methodology used, since if one has a vocation, the teacher will achieve his mission, which is to teach, since no matter how he does it, he has the passion to do it, and thanks to this, he will do it well. From a more technical perspective, it is assumed that the teacher who has a vocation is the one who is able to adapt or otherwise create his own method to carry out his passion according to certain parameters that are presented within a methodology. How teachers act when they see that their method doesn't work with the students. I have come to the conclusion that there are two possibilities. The first is the one that represents a good teacher. If he or she realizes that his or her method doesn't work, what his or her vocation or passion for being a teacher would tell them would be to seek out and investigate different different methods, find what is most suitable for their students and make it their own so that they can understand and teach. The other is that of the bad teacher, one without a vocation. If he realized this, he would do nothing about it for the simple reason that he is not interested, and this lack of interest is what directly caused the method not to work with his students. Today, what leads recent high school graduates to study to be teachers? According to what I have researched, there are three types of motivation that would lead a newly graduate student to be a teacher. The first refers to seeing a talent born in this work, either by experience or by pressure. The second is to want to contribute something to society thanks to the knowledge gained from this profession. And the last is the motivation that comes purely from stability, whether economic or social.
How can you know a teacher doesn't have vocation? When a teacher doesn't have the responsibility required to manage a group of students, that teacher isn't aware of the important role he or she performs, doesn't understand the relevance his or her behavior towards a group of people is putting the education on risk. Also, this kind of teacher take a runaway stance towards any methodology different from theirs. They have a rigid methodology that makes them unable to change it. Where is the inspiration to be a teacher from? It comes from different ideas. Some people become teachers to be better than theirs, others because they wanted to be it since child. Otherwise, there are also those ones that are being it for duty or they want to earn much money. How can a teacher without vocation influence in a students' lives? It could become into something positive. Some people take their examples to be better teachers in the future. but there are more negative things than positive. That kind of teachers usually take their students onto stressful limits. Students get bored about their classes, lose interest in the topic or even in the whole subject, and their attitude sometimes make students want to give up.
A fundamental aspect of a teacher with a vocation is his commitment to human formation. To train some of them is to influence their way of being and acting. Another essential aspect of a good teacher is to establish communication bridges for students with diverse knowledge. The teacher must be able to recognize and feel fairness, always be open and sensitive to the affective experience of the students, infect them with attitudes of respect towards themselves, happiness and warmth in their relationship with people, self-confidence and appreciation of their abilities. A teacher must acquire his vocation from the moment that he decides to prepare himself professionally, because as time passes, the love he feels for the profession and for the activity that develops, on the other hand, is acquired through experience and thanks to the problems that arise there, because if we keep going despite the problems, that is a vocation. Students have a very important role in the vocation of a teacher. In addition to being a source of learning for them, students are the engine of the teacher. These are the ones that generate problems, and they deserve to improve themselves, because everything teachers do is for their students.
How does influence the interpersonal relationships between teacher and student when teaching? Developing positive relationships between teacher and student is a fundamental aspect of quality teaching and student learning. Positive teacher student relationships promote a sense of school belonging and encourage students to participate cooperatively. How can we to apply different strategies of teaching if we're beginner teachers? They offer these tips for teachers beginning the first year in a classroom of their own. Make time to talk. Set aside time to talk with your students, getting to know them, and building meaningful relationships will help improve academic student behavior and the overall quality of classroom experience. Don't make comparisons. Do not compare yourself to veteran teachers, other new teacher, or someone working down the hall. Although beginning teachers always look for ways to become more effective, ways to be stronger communicators, and ways to manage students and their behaviors, it is unrealistic to compare yourself to others. Stay caught up. Beginning teachers face a flood of deadlines of the due dates. Staying on top of it all can be a constant battle. Try to abide by the touch it once rule. If someone shows up at your door looking for a signature or requesting the funds for a staff party, take the moment to complete the task. Never understand the power of an exit pass. At the end of a class, an exit pass allows you to quickly check for a mastery. The exit pass gives you the opportunity to gather ideas and feedback from students to help you plan for the next day lesson. Make friends fast. Smart teachers immediately befriend the custodians and secretaries at their school, but don't stop there. Branch out show administrators, led teachers, parents, assistants, and volunteers that you are someone who values their hard work and relationships with them, and embrace the circumstance. On beginning, teachers share a comment made by university professor. When students come to your classroom, they need to leave all of their uses at the door and focus solely on academics. Do you think that age is an important variable in a teaching environment? Depending on the age of the students, different strategies can be implemented according to the stage of development in which the student is. For us who will be beginning teachers, working with children will be the most recommended because they are more docile. So of course that age is an important variable because with the age we are guided by the education needs of the student.